Hello, guys. I hope you have been well. One day more, chasing um, kind of hope with the projects. In this case, we are again with Midas DAO. Um, this video is just to make a little recap about the actual situation, but at the same time, in this video, I will share with you the meeting, the AMA that was happening yesterday in the Midas DAO Discord from the side of the team, the Midas team, developers and people in charge of the project. They was explaining like very clear and very hopeful and very strong. Like honestly, they have like really nice plans, and it sounds like even more when we compare what the plans they have with another projects that have been done similar things. The future is bright with this project, and yeah, you will see now. I will leave you with the video recorded live from the meeting from yesterday in the Midas DAO Discord. So yeah, just check yourself if you have lost the opportunity to be live in the AMA from yesterday. So I will be back after the video to share with you some other important things about the future of Midas DAO.
Be saying on Trader Joe. In terms of the token situation too, just the name, we are going to be sticking with just the Crown name. We thought about doing kind of a rebrand and going over to, let's say, like a different token name. But right now it kind of makes the most sense to stick with Crown. And this has been a conversation we've been having with the internal team and then also the marketing agency too. Like I've said in the general chat a bunch of times, we paid like six figures in marketing. We put a lot of that on pause. Once we determined that we were going to be going to a version 2, we paused a lot of the marketing. So we have some like major YouTubers that have already been paid for that we're literally just sitting on and waiting for. We have some TikTok, like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Like we put a pause on everything for that because we wanted to make sure, first of all, that we had a for sure token name that we were going to be going with. Because if we needed to update any, marketing material, then yeah, we need to do that ASAP. But we're gonna stick with the Crown name. We're pretty comfortable with Crown. I don't really see a need at this point because I mean, there's nothing wrong with the brand. It's just we got fucked alongside all the other rebase DAOs. So that is one thing. We've also had a couple, and I know a couple of you guys have seen some of the other projects that have been adding Crown or have added Crown. One of them being Refi, which if you guys are following, multi-chain capital has just like taken off along with it. So we're in more discussions with that team. They already have a little bit of Crown already. They invested in the early days. But we're in talks with them, actually, myself and one of the other team members, Oryx. I don't know if he's in here in the Discord. I was going to ask him if he wanted to.
Think so, but
yeah, I don't see him. But yeah, we're actually in talks with Refi to do more than just like them invest in Crown, like do like a straight up like legit partnership with them. That would be, kind of we're helping them, they're helping us type thing. So we're actually going to be having like a voice chat with them here pretty shortly. And I think that could be like absolutely great for us because there's a lot of components of Midas DAO that we hadn't really gotten a chance to get into because we kind of got caught up in that DGen APY race. So at least with version 2, it's given us an opportunity to kind of go back to the drawing board. change kind of our narrative, because the reason it took off in the first place was because we had that DGen APY. So the narrative at that time was, okay, we have the best APY in the game. It was a really compelling narrative. It worked really well. We got to 140 million market cap, but it's just not sustainable. So at this point, our main goal, and one of the things we're working with brand builders on in our marketing agency, is how are we going to shift the narrative at this point. So we did this whole DGen APY thing. It was fun for a bit, but it's just not sustainable, and it's not congruent to long-term growth. Our goal with this has been from the beginning, we want to take this to a billion market cap. And that was even before I came on as a team member. That's when I was an advisor. I saw the potential in this. So we are working with the marketing agency that is handling our YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Telegram, various trending lists. And sorry if my voice sounds like shit, guys. I'm just getting over COVID. Um, but yeah, so we're working with kind of some brand builders to kind of shift the narrative, and really hopefully build around throne nodes, because I think that'll be like a huge thing for our growth and sustainability. The other thing I wanted to touch on too, and this isn't something we've talked about really at all, is I've personally myself, because I've worked with the Floki team and I've worked with multi-chain capital as well. I know Moontography, who did the token swap for Floki and MCC, which have, by all accounts, have been just smashing successes. So I've reached out to him. We're getting a group together with the team to talk to him about possibly having him help us do the token swap. His timeline and our timeline pretty much match up perfectly. So I'm hoping that if we can get Moontography, because him and I are pretty cool with each other, that we can have him handle the token swap. And that would just be, that's also, first of all, that's just bullish in general, just because he's really fucking good at what he does. That's also like just some free marketing, basically. And also, you can look at Floki, you can look at MCC, you can see the success this guy's had, and it's real. And those are all projects I've been associated with relaunching. And that's, when I'm looking at relaunching a token, it's like I'm trying to follow that path, because I think, I've seen it work. I've seen it work in other areas. So when I see stuff like that, I want to mimic it as much as I can. Another thing too, that I wanted to touch on, I'm really quite glad, honestly, that we've had the opportunity. And this isn't any at this point. I'm not going to throw shade at any other projects, but it's been really fortunate for us to watch GG go through its relaunch, to watch Jade do its kind of revamp, to watch Ice DAO do its like relaunch. We've been fortunate in that we're taking our time with what we're doing. We have a really strong community. I'm not worried about us rushing anything out. So it has been nice to see these other projects relaunch and kind of struggle in general. So it's been a lot. Like I said, we've been doing a lot of work in the background. We've been watching all of them really closely to kind of see what works and what doesn't work. And I'm really confident that our version 2 launch. Oh, Jin, you were just in here, man. Join back in. I'm trying to hear you too. And some of these guys, by the way, I've known a lot of the team, so for me too, hearing them talk is like a first. It's fucking hilarious to me. But yeah, so it's been nice to see these other projects kind of relaunch.
Peaceful.
There we go. Yeah, we got Peaceful up in here, Jin too.
I asked Oryx to join us. I don't know if he will, but
yeah, if Oryx can join us, that'd be awesome. And maybe if Oryx does join, I can probably go into the refi stuff a little bit more, because he was really taking the lead on that one, talking to them.
I saw this group chat.
Yeah. So in terms of, and I'll probably let you, Golden, I'll probably let you handle this, since it looks like Jin's kind of like having like some like mic issues, I guess. So in terms of like the deadline, I think that is one thing we wanted to touch on, and then the time investment. I know that's stuff that you generally handle.
What about time investment? We are close to the break even. We was at some point at profit, but yeah, it's up and down. So we are like 100K at loss right now. If this what you mean asking, I don't know. But yeah, idea behind this is like we talked about, to reinvest and buy back Crown as soon as we launch Vol 2.
Yeah, because I think that's something that most of the people probably aren't really like familiar with. And basically, when we had made the decision, guys, to pull like a chunk of our treasury to invest it into other things, once we kind of saw that all the rebase DAOs were sliding pretty hard, and it wasn't just us, it was a lot of these other rebase DAOs, it made way more sense for us to take our treasury and instead of basically just letting it sit there and be exit liquidity, we decided to put it into something to hopefully grow it. Unfortunately, like Golden Boy was saying, the time one, unfortunately, just rebase styles have been kind of shitty right now recently too. I imagine time's going to be pumping here pretty soon because I mean, Danny's a freaking mastermind of this shit, so I'm really not worried about time in terms of a long-term investment. But I know a lot of the people have been wondering, like, with the version 2, at what point, um, like, do we want to give like any type of like hard date on something like that, or are we still pretty much lining up to the original like 3 weeks that we had given people?
To be honest, I'm not sure. This we could put this on a vote between community, or maybe that would be the best idea, like vote and do maybe weekly or daily. I don't know. At that point, I felt like this was the safest move for us, for project, and yeah, this decision was made pretty quickly while most of the team was sleeping.
Yeah. So, I mean, that sounds like a good plan to me. And this is something we've talked about internally is kind of how to handle the actual version 2 launch. So in terms of Moontography's ability to do the swap for us is going to be in another week. So this is something I've been wanting to kind of bring up to everybody, that we kind of have options here. We had gone with the 3 week timeline, um, but if it to me, and this is where I think we'll put it up to a vote, because I think it makes most sense to do that. But to me, if we get Moontography to do our token swap, and he'll be willing to do it. It's just if it lines up with his timeline. To me, if we push the relaunch back by a couple days to have him handle the token swap, I would vote for that in a heartbeat, because I've seen what he does. It's free. It's extra free marketing for us, and it's just bullish. There's a lot of people that follow Moontography just because of the work he does. So this is something that we'll put up to a community vote, though, to see that, like, here's the options. We can either probably launch it sooner if we just stick to our methods, or we can push it back a little bit, to have Moontography handle the swapping of it. So that'll be something we do, at the end of, essentially like this AMA here today, or it's like an AMA slash voice thing. That is pretty much, looking through my list of stuff here. If I had anything else I wanted to address, touched on the marketing stuff. I'm really, like I said, we've been working with some brand builders. I'm really pleased overall with the marketing team, the marketing agency that we've hired on. We do have January covered. We're working through February currently. So right now, hopefully you guys should see, especially in terms of like a marketing timeline, we're likely going to be doing, you're going to start to see like some pointed marketing a couple days before the launch, maybe even a day before the launch. Because while right now the best time to get in is before we have the token tax, because there is going to be a token tax. That is, in the initial relaunch of version 2, like we planned, there's going to be a token tax. So right now, the best time to buy would be now, because you don't have to deal with that token tax. But in terms of the marketing, it makes the most sense for us to do most of the marketing when version 2 is launched, because we will be able to get we'll be able to get the token taxes on the way in and on the way out. But yeah, that's pretty much Peaceful. I don't know if you have anything you wanted to add, but that was pretty much everything I had.
I think
Hey everyone. Y'all probably don't really know me. I don't come in Discord very
Well, as you can see, the first thing to mention, probably the most important thing, is that this is not a usual thing to in a project like a DAO to have the team behind explaining things direct like this. This is something that is really making the difference. Um, yeah, everything they mention is the same things that there are in the roadmap, but yeah, better explain it in terms of some kind of options they have bring to us to decide about, and it was a votation in the Discord from Midas DAO, and yeah, they will use the same company um, to make the jump to version 1 to version 2 to the version 2. They will use the same company that Flocky was using. Uh, this is an amazing thing because we are in good hands in this case. And yeah, again, um, now talking about price situation, as you can see, we are still in the same range, even going a little bit more down because yeah, of course, there's nothing happening right now. We are just waiting to the version 2. So all the big and the small whales are living with a lot of them with big losses. Um, is something that is kind of crazy, but normally these kind of walls have a lot of capital, so they don't care of losing few thousands. But yeah, we can see we have like a kind of project of a trend, uptrend project here. The price is respecting this kind of harmonic pattern right now. Yeah, just to let you know, the price was once in $10 also. So yeah, it's something we must know. And obviously, now you have seen and you have listened the AMA from yesterday. You can see that these plans about taxes, penalties, um, yeah, like taxes anyway to buy. They will also increment the taxes as much lower will be the price. So it, they have a lot of things to do that have a lot of sense and definitely will help the project a lot. But at the same time, another thing to know is that the price of the version 2 will be the same, will be the last time, the last price of the version 1. So yeah, finally, yeah, as a lot of people is saying this in the, I mean, a lot of people that are in the Midas DAO team, they are telling everyone that right now the price, it doesn't matter, because yeah, is any kind of marketing right now, is any kind of controlling inside the I mean on the day trading situation that we are suffering, as you can see, because like in the last video I was talking about, all these small traders buying and selling like hundreds of euros. It doesn't have any sense, and it still doesn't have any sense now, even more because the price is $15. Yeah, I mean, wells will always exist. But the thing is, when they will see that the project is moving in some kind of clear direction that how will happens with the version 2. We will have like good wells, not bad wells, like now. Yeah, this is another remaining of please. This also another remaining of please come to the Discord channel. I will again share with you the link in the description of the video. Yeah, it's very important that you come there, because you will, if you are already inside the project and you are not on the Discord channel, you must be a little bit lost. So just join the Discord channel and everything will be easier for you from this moment. Yeah, just to remember, guys, this is not a financial advice. Of course, this is not my job. All this message I'm sharing with you, all these things I am talking about in this video is mostly for the people that is already in the project, but they are not, they don't know what they are doing, and they are buying and selling like $10 or $100 or something like this, which doesn't have any sense. And yeah, we will be soon in better times with Midas DAO for sure, and I wish you all will see this in the same way. So we keep strong, holding, and yeah, it's less than 2 weeks to the version 2 to come, and we will see what's happening with the price till this moment. But finally, something big in the good in the good sense will happen when the version 2 is already implemented. Yeah, the channel is still very new. This is the second video, guys, so please like and subscribe. Very important to like, and of course to subscribe to the channel, to be ready to next content I will be uploading about Midas, and about also the Ilium mining, which I am inside also these projects. So yeah, big hugs to everyone, and again wish you a nice beginning of the year.